Hi, everybody. Welcome. We're just waiting one more minute till 7 before we get started. I hope I'm sharing my screen. Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks for the nod, Chris. Appreciate it. Cheers. Thank you. Nice to see everybody. Okay, I'm all for being prompt. It's 7 o'clock on my clock and wanted to welcome everybody to the Coxswain competitor meeting for Carnegie Lake Regatta. I'm Leslie Fabello, and I'm joined by a number of our co-organizers from the Carnegie Lake Rowing Association, as well as our chief referee, Chris Groot. We'll be recording this meeting, and I'll be posting a link to Regatta Central as soon as it's available. And please ensure that you share this recording with folks who can't make it to this live session. This year's incredibly exciting. We have a massive regatta ahead of us with about 230 entries from my last view on Regatta Central from 27 different clubs. That equates to over 700 seats on the water. Because of the sheer size of the event, it will be indeed crowded. So maintaining safety and efficiency is our top priority. Our race follows U.S. rowing rules, and we have a fantastic jury of volunteer referees keeping us safe and fair. While we hope for smooth racing, if any official protests arise, they'll be handled through the standard U.S. rowing procedures. Above all, let's keep the spirit of the day focused on friendly, safe, and competitive racing. So before we talk about being on the water, let's talk about a few critical items on land. If you haven't been to our venue, as a reminder, we're actually at 875 Princeton Kingston Road in Princeton. We are not at the main Princeton University Boathouse. Detailed parking rules and driving directions are fully mapped out. And they are on the left-hand tab of the Regatta Central page if you haven't seen them already. Please review these before you arrive. And sorry, I didn't click to the next page there. So yeah, you can find details on that page. And then just as an FYI, 13 trailers from the 27 clubs will be coming. So just as a friendly reminder, please be kind to your neighbors who are going to park very close to you at our lovely venue at Kingston. So please be mindful of space to allow for all of the clubs competing and everybody's equipment. As soon as your team arrives, please head to this registration tent to check in and pick up your morning bow numbers. And if you can, please return your morning bow numbers promptly so we can recycle them for afternoon events. In terms of amenities, we have toilets conveniently located right near the registration tent and also by the finish line. And we're always proud to host our CLRA food tent, which features our incredible homemade food prepared by our club. Thank you to all of our volunteers. Food is free, though donations are highly appreciated. In terms of weather, we're tracking the weather, pretty closely. The forecast, at least the last time I saw it, shows periods of clouds and sunshine with a thunderstorm in spots from late morning. High of about 81, 55% chance of precipitation, and winds at 6 miles per hour. In the event of severe weather or lightning, refs will immediately suspend racing and clear the course, and any safety announcements and schedule updates will be posted accordingly afterwards. So for now, if I can pass it over to Chris, who will talk about the all the things happening up on the water.
Thank you, Leslie, and welcome everybody to the Carnegie Lake Regatta. I think I heard it was the 27th annual Carnegie Lakers Regatta. So it has a great history of some great racing and great camaraderie between the teams. If you could switch to the next slide for the map. Um, for all the crews will be launching and landing on the same docks. There are two docks there, and because of that, and because of the number of teams, it is very important to be efficient in your launching and landing. Please make sure your oars are down near the docks before you bring your boat down. Please don't bring your boat down until all members of your crew are ready to go, and then be very efficient in getting the boats off, or when you come back in, getting the boats back on land. Launching crews have priority. So if you are finished your race and you want to come in, but there's a launching crew, the dock masters may tell you to delay and let the launching crew launch for their race. If you have a boat or crew that is hot seating, please let the dock master know. They will do their best to get the crew that needs to come in as quick as possible. But also, please make sure that you're ready to go once that boat comes in or the crew comes in. That you're ready to get back out and free up the dock as quick as possible. We will be checking for safety compliance, making sure that you have bow balls and heel ties. When you launch, you can launch and immediately turn right off the docks heading up. But please be aware that, number one, there may be crews racing, and the first lane is on the Princeton side of the buoy line, so that there is one lane on the side of the buoy line. So watch out for crews coming down. The other thing is that there is a sandbar that goes out immediate just before the point. There's a creek that comes in, there's a sandbar there. And so you don't want to get too close to the land there until you get that little, if you look here, a little hump there. And then you can stay alongside the shore. When you go up to warm up, you can warm up in your lanes. Please go up on the Princeton side, the launch dock side, and then get into your lanes, come down, and then if you want to do another loop, circle off the course back into the Princeton side, go back up to the top of the course and come back down. The buoys are in for the full 2,000-meter course. We ask that you don't go too far beyond that, the start line for the 2,000-meter course, because we will not be monitoring that and we will not be watching that. And so we ask that you stay within that. The course is 4 fully buoyed lanes, and then a fifth and sixth lane. One is on the Princeton side, the launch dock side. The other one is on the far side. If you are on lane 1, which is the one on the Princeton boat launch side, you need to stay as close as you can to the course. Don't try to veer off there. If you are on the other side, the lane 6 side, it's also a good idea to stay close to the course because the land veers away from the course. And if you follow the land rather than the lane line, you will get to row an extra distance, more than you had planned. There are big buoys on the outside lanes at every 500 meters, and then there's a line of big orange buoys just beyond the finish line. It's like less than a meter beyond the finish line. But once you go through those, you have crossed the finish line. We will be using a floating start. We will ask the crews to come up and stop probably about 10 to 15 meters behind the start line, and then we'll bring you all up together. We ask that you pay attention to the aligner when they're giving you instructions to move up, and that way we can get your race started a lot quicker. We also ask that you be ready to go in your lane behind the start at 5 minutes before your race so we can bring you up and try to stay on time. If we will be using a quick start for this race, the starting commands will be all crews, attention, the red flag will go up, and then go. Because we are using a floating start, if we do the polling, we may lose the alignment or have problems. So that's why we're using a quick start for this. If at any point during the race, the referee who is following needs to direct a crew, They will say the name of the crew that they want to direct or want to move, raise the white flag directly ahead, and then drop the white flag in the way, direction that they want that crew to move. If two crews are coming together on the line, they may raise the white flag and say, Carnegie Lake, Mercer, keep apart. And for as an example. Once you are across the finish line, there's about 250 meters until you would hit the dam. There's not a lot of flow there. So it's very, you have space there to cool down. But when you come around next to the shore, it's very narrow between the lanes and the shore right at the finish line. So please check to make sure there's not a race coming down that's utilizing that lane one on the side. And if it's clear, then go past the finish line and make sure you clear that. Um, we are going to try to run all the racing on time. As Leslie said, though, there is a forecast that we may have some potential thunderstorms. If we do see that, then we will ask everybody to clear the course and come in. And then depending on what we see with the weather, we may have to rearrange the schedule a little bit. Our goal is to try getting in as many races as we can, but we need to do that safely. So if we do have weather, just pay attention. We'll be posting on Regatta Central. We'll probably announce it in the door park. Also, remember, if we have lightning that moves into the area, underneath the trailer, around a trailer is not a safe place to be. Underneath trees is not a safe place to be. In a vehicle is probably the safest place you can be during a lightning storm, where based on where we are there. I think, one other thing. We are going to use a 5-minute breakage rule. So if you have breakage in the start zone in the first 20 seconds of the race or first 100 meters of the race, we will stop the race and you'll have 5 minutes to fix it. If you cannot fix it within 5 minutes, we will run the race without you. Our goal is to try making sure that everybody has an opportunity to race if possible, but at the same time, we need to make sure we're getting in all the races and respect all those crews that are ready to go. Leslie, have I missed anything?
That's great, Chris. Thank you so much. Back to me, and we'll be utilizing Regatta Workbench for live real-time results. So this is the QR code that we'll have posted around the site for easy scanning, and the live link will be pinned directly on Regatta Central. Ribbons with medals will be awarded to the winners of every flight. Quick shout out to Barbara, who's on. I see that you're there, who has sewed every single one of those. So thank you, Barbara. And we'll be tracking points for our overall team trophy, 8 points for an 8, 4 points for fours and quads, 2 for doubles, and 1 for singles. There'll be no team points for event number 9, as there's no competition in that one, and no event 17, as there are not enough entries. And if time permits, at the conclusion of our official schedule and things are going according to plan, given the many entries, we'll host our traditional Coxswain 500-meter dash. So if you can assemble your crews, let us know. And because actual medals are on the line for that event as well. The entire event has been made possible thanks to our incredible volunteers from the Lakers wearing bright yellow hats. So please be courteous and cooperative with folks throughout the day. We also want to extend our massive thank you to Princeton University for allowing us to host at this lovely, amazing venue. And again, thanks to the referee corps and Chris for providing all of that volunteer hours during the day. Before I conclude, if anybody has any questions, you can post it in the chat or raise your hand, and we'll do our best to answer them now. Or if you don't have the appropriate information, we can try to get to you afterwards.
I hesitate to think we explain things that well that there's not any questions.
I'd like to think so, Chris. So I'll post this video, as I mentioned, on Regatta Central. So please.
There is a question.
Oh, sorry, there is a question. I didn't see that. Sorry.
How late can crews practice before the regatta? I think that we would like to ask you, Leslie, do you want to answer this or you want me to?
You can go ahead, Chris, if you, yeah.
I think we'd like to ask you to be off the water at least 20 minutes before the first race if you're practicing.
Anyone else? Thanks, Michelle. Is there parking for singles to unload and stay? Definitely unload is great to do there. There's going to be an area you can block off, but then we'd ask that you would park your cars, and all of the information is on that tab with parking on Regatta Central. So not necessary to stay right immediately on site there. And then for bow numbers, yes, we do have bow numbers and you can pick them up at the registration tent. And same place, yeah, afternoon races pick up bow numbers also at registration tent. And then for how early before a race can crews launch? Um, I don't know if Chris, do you have
I think
initial
that's
time on
up
that?
to the crew. How long do you need to loosen up and warm up without over exerting yourself on a hot day? I think we'll leave that to the crews. Just a quick question about the bow numbers. If you're racing in the afternoon, please wait until noon to pick up your bow numbers because although we do have them, there is a limited supply, and so we do rely on recycling through them. So yeah, if you're racing in the afternoon, please wait until the afternoon to pick them up.
Great, and I think that's all that's come through on the chat. So yeah, I'll just reiterate again. We'll post this on Regatta Central, the video, and please share it with other crewmates, any other folks you think will need the information, and also, any small boat rowers that can't attend. Oh, sorry.
The question that just came in is
Yeah.
the Masters 1000 the first or the second? The Masters 1000, the 1000 we will be racing will start at the 1000-meter mark of the rowing course and go to the 2000-meter mark of the rowing course or the 2000-meter course. So it's the second half of the rowing course. The first half you can use for warming up to prepare for your race.
Yeah, Jane, I'll just post up the image there of the map, which is also, I believe, on Regatta Central. So you can see it from, as Chris mentioned, from the 1,000 to the finish
And it
towards the
will also be
Kingston.
posted at the launch docs tomorrow. And if you have any questions, just ask. If you have any questions at all, find me and ask me.
Okay, so good luck to everybody. I'll be in there as well. So good luck to all the competitors. Row hard, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow on the water.
Good luck,
Have a good
everyone.
night rest.
Yep.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
17 minutes, not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. Thanks, everybody. I'll end the